Hello, friends. Mary here. Hope you're having a good day. I wanted to discuss something today, probably mainly with my women friends, because I think it affects women more so than men, even though men do have this condition from time to time, I guess. The topic I want to discuss is UTIs. Those are urinary tract infections. I used to work with this girl years ago, and she suffered from that horrendously. She was a young girl, and it was really affecting her life. Urinary tract infections, which they call UTIs, okay? And so she just lived in the doctor's office. She really did. And she even got depressed about it because it was happening so much, and she was a young girl, like I said, and she had a husband. So I have experienced these UTIs myself, and I've tried all kinds of ways to ward them off, to keep it from happening, because they can be very painful. And those that I am talking to know what I'm talking about. I don't have to go into detail. You know the pain of UTIs, and you know how irritating they can be, okay? So I've tried all kinds of ways to ward off UTIs throughout my life. Drinking plenty of water, taking cranberry tablets, uh, trying to stay away from certain foods that can irritate that situation, like peppers, hot stuff, alcohol. Alcohol sometimes can irritate that situation. Coffee can irritate that situation. Things with caffeine in it can irritate the situation. Carbonated drinks can irritate the situation. Certain acid-loving fruits can irritate the situation. There's so many things that can irritate and cause that to come on. UTIs, urinary tract infections, okay? And like I say, women suffer with these, I guess because of our anatomy, more so than men. And they're very painful, stressful, and can be depressing when they're chronic. So, put down in the comments some of the things you do if you have this condition or if you have these UTIs from time to time. Put down in the comments some of the things you do to keep them from occurring so much, reoccurring. Having to be put on an antibiotic to clear it up. Having the discomfort of it. Having to see a doctor because there's no store you can just go in over the counter and buy anything for a UTI. It has to be a prescribed antibiotic to knock it out, okay? So these are things that I have experienced. Other females in my life have experienced. Friends and family have experienced it. I went to a seminar one time that was devoted to UTIs and women especially. Because of the woman's anatomy, she's more subject to get these. So, and I know, antibiotics can be, you don't want to take a whole lot of antibiotics. So you want to kind of ward this off so you don't live on these antibiotics. Now, I've gone on the internet and I've tried different things, powders that they say, you mix it with water, you drink. It didn't help. It didn't ward it off. And once it gets started, it's on until you get an antibiotic. Very hard to flush it out just by drinking a whole lot of water at that point. I've tried unsweetened cranberry juice, like I say, cranberry tablets. So many things I have tried. Mild soaps. You women know what I'm talking about. Non-irritating soaps, non-irritating garments. I don't have to spell it out. Those people that I'm talking to who suffer with UTIs, urinary tract infections, you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Put down in the comments some of the things that you do to ward these off, to stop them from happening all the time, to try to stay free of UTIs. UTIs are very life disrupting. They're very painful. Like I say, you're gonna have to see a doctor once you get one to knock it out. Uh, and you don't want to stay on these antibiotics. You don't want, because you can build a resistance to these antibiotics. So I think I've tried all kind of herbal teas. Like I said, I've tried cranberry juice. I know one thing that can cause mine, and I love it: pineapple juice. I stay away from pineapple juice. Pineapple juice has a lot of acid in it, and sometimes I think it's very acidic. So now I can eat oranges, and I think another thing for me that I try to stay away from, that's artificial sweeteners. It seems to me that artificial sweetness can bring on those symptoms of UTIs more so than just regular sugar. So I try to stay away from a lot of artificial sweeteners. Like I say, I try to stay away from a lot of hot food. It's got peppers in it and all that kind of stuff that can be very irritating. Tell me some of the things that you try to stay away from. Some of those things that you think may cause you to have these UTIs or may cause them to show up. What are some of the things that you stay away from? Or what are some of the things that you have in your life that help to ward these off, to keep you UTI free? That's what I'm saying. I would appreciate you saying it. I would appreciate you telling me I'm sorry. I would appreciate you commenting on it. And I'm going to use some of those things. Like I said, I've tried green tea, non-caffeine green tea, just so many things I've tried. Now, I'm a coffee drinker, and I've gone to half decaf, half regular coffee because I try to cut down on the caffeine. I don't drink carbonated drinks. And I'm going to tell you one thing. Diet carbonated drinks can really, really bring it on. For me, that is. So I try to stay away from diet carbonated drinks. And I try to stay away from carbonated drinks, period. Okay? Even though I drink my coffee, I drink a cup of coffee every day. And I would hate to have to give that coffee up, because that helps to store up my day. It sets the tone for my day. I am a true coffee drinker. But UTIs can be depressing. It's like, oh, I've got another UTI, urinary tract infection. You can tell when it's coming on. You can feel it. So, my friends, those of you who suffer with UTIs, chronic UTIs, my heart goes out to you, because I truly understand. I understand what you're going through. And so as a group of women, and maybe some men too, but it's mostly a female problem because of our anatomy. Let's group together. Let's talk about it. Put it down in the comments. Help me out so I can stay urinary tract free, UTI. So I can stay UTI free, because I've tried so many things, and then every now and then, I can go on vacation and eat different foods and drink different drinks, and then I'll get a UTI just from being on vacation. I talked to my doctor about that, and she said, yeah, that can cause it. You're eating different foods, and you are drinking different things, and I guess some people are just more sensitive to it than others. Maybe that's what it is. Some people's anatomy and the way their body works is just more sensitive to it. Because I have some friends who've never had a UTI. Never. And I'm like, ooh, and you don't want one either, because it is excruciating. Especially if you let it go. When you get the UTIs, the urinary tract infections, don't let them go a long time, because they can cause so many problems in your body if you don't have that UTI treated. It can cause all kinds of things. If you don't get it treated and it progresses, it can be life-threatening. Okay, friends? You know what I'm talking about. You who suffer with UTIs. Excuse me. That's who I'm talking to. Because you know You know. So put down in the comments some of the things that you do to ward off these old terrible UTIs. Put down in the comments some of these things that you do to keep yourself UTI free, urinary tract infections. Now, if you like my content, give me a thumbs up. If you just like me, my laid-back personality, my positive vibes, give me a subscription. Give me a subscription to my YouTube channel, Boomers Blooming. I would appreciate it. It's absolutely free. Okay? Just lets you know when I post another video. So I love you guys. Just wanted to have a woman to woman. And maybe there are a few men too that may find this conversation somewhat interesting. But I just wanted to have this little conversation with you. You know, I love you guys, and any information I can give you that will help, I'm willing to give it. And any information you can give me that will help me, please do. Okay? Okay? So you all have a great day. Stay stress-free. Peace to you and blessings to you. Bye.